Off we go with another Arabia game, this time from the Division 4 of the League of Empires. Crveni Mundiri versus Shikari A, which is funnily enough has to be Shikari's B team by admission here, because Shikari are in the 3rd division, so it's an A in quotation marks though, so maybe they're just having some internal humor about it, I don't know. Anyway, let's see, for Shikari's teams first here, with VS Rathori in the pocket. That's going to be a tongue twister. Berber's pocket, nice pocket civilization, cheap cavalry in the castle and Imperial Ages, 15 and 20% discount. We'll probably open scouts, and should the need arise for some other mobile unit, or if the other team choose to go Cav Archers for some reason, you would have Berber's Camel Archers from the unique unit from the castles to deal with that. And the top side here, we have Bruce Xavier here for Shikari A with the Britons, with the standard flank pick for the archers, faster working archery ranges as well. It's going to come in handy. And for Goku Exe, we have Vietnamese that are also going to benefit from the faster working archery ranges. In addition to that, Vietnamese civilization bonus is that archery range units have plus 20% hit points. So that's going to come in handy as well when fighting in roughly equal numbers against the opponent. Now for Crveni Mundiri, we have Pera in the pocket with the Mongols. Mongols pocket is, they still have mobility, have knights and cavaliers. You could get to the Mangudai eventually for some mobility and raiding potential, and the rapid movement always coming in handy. But we'll have a very nice scouts opening with the food boost from the hunt being collected 40% faster, so that's definitely one for the Mongols to benefit from. Pushing in the deer as well, look like? No, not really. That was a nice block by the villager, although it might not have been intentional. I did save one hit from the boar on the luring villager here. In the south side, we have the Magyar for Nicola PL. Nice flank civ as well. They might as well do good in pocket as well. But nice boost for Magyars throughout each age is that they get the attack upgrades for the units instantly. So Magyar scouts, Magyar's men at arms instantly get +1 attack in the field age, which can sway the fights in their favor. Finally, in the north here, we have Erwin RS with the Mayans. Mayans flank, Mayans versus Britons on the top side here. So that's a pretty classic matchup, both in 1v1s and in team game flanked play. We'll see where this goes. I see 4 on wood here. And how many? Only 2 on berries though. So I'm not sure what the plan is here for Erwin RS. Could be straight archers, which is of course viable in team games, but you'd also want to think about getting some early aggression down with infantry units like militia or men-at-arms to obstruct the opponent a little bit and allow yourself to wall your home side and prepare your archers follow-up. So let's have a look at the players scouting here. Not really. I don't know too much about the enemy locations for now. Some pretty extensive walling from Erwin RS here. And Bruce Xavier walling off as well. We'll want to wall this section as well. In fact, I think I'd almost want to start with that section because the opponent is on the flank side of you. One side is fine, of course, as well. It's a good place to start. But this one needs to be covered ASAP as well. Then it's going to be awkward for Irvin RS to get any early aggression moving here. The barracks is going up for Irvin RS at 20 pop here. And with an idle time of 138, that plus 1 villager from the start from Mayans has been kind of negated by the opponent already. Bruce Saver actually with only 9 seconds idle time here, so even after losing the scout to Town Center Fire here, that's a pretty good start for the Britain's player here. Right, so barracks for yellow here as well. Going to follow up this with the scouts soon enough, would assume. Only 19 builders for VS Brathory here with the Berbers, so not sure what's going on here. There's the stables. 19 builders up for the Berbers, 20 pop scouts. So a little bit of ILTC time there. That could be because of the early up, because for Berbers not having a direct eco balance, it could be a little bit icky to go straight for the 20 pop scouts. But first to the field age here for yellow still, and now has scouts in the making. Nicola PL already preparing for the worst, has a spearman out to fend off any scouts from the enemy pocket here. And looks like it's going to be the scouts here, not the most common flank play, but with the Magyars and their extra attack, why not? Some smart walling here from Nicola PL as well to funnel the aggression in towards DC. Nice walls far enough outside of the gold here to keep any Vietnamese archers from denying the gold. And now a few scouts out on the move for Nicola PL here as well. Does he know where to hit? Not really. Scouting not quite on points here. But at least Goku's scout is not at home to hold off against these spears already in place. Of course, you'd expect scouts from pocket civilizations like Mongols with their potential for real early uptimes. Oh, that could be a villager kill. First blood of the game, is it? One villager down for Goku, so good engagement there. 3 scouts total now for Nicola PL. We have 4 yellow scouts out on the field though, and they seem to be going for Nicola PL here, possibly. Rape scouts, they're down. Bruce Xavier with double rangers with the Britons here, no blacksmith yet, but has 8 archers out now, as compared to the teal player, Irvin RS, who doesn't have any archers out yet. So, what's the situation here? I had too few on gold, maybe? No, Irvin RS has wood and gold in the bank. Both ranges up, but not producing here. So that's a bit of a warning sign against Britons here. Britons already with 10 archers now, and there's 2 ranges not producing at all for Irvin RS here. It's really bad news because the numbers advantage, if Bruce Xavier keeps consistent production behind this, it's just going to gain a ginormous advantage. Keep in mind that Britain's ranges work 20% faster as well. Alright, about to break through here. There's the palisade. This is not good for the Mayans here. Only 3 skirmishers. And they only have fletching, so no armor even. Bruce Xavier needs to keep production up here though. It's only 10 archers on the field. Now with just a few skirmishers, maybe Irvin RS holds this off. He even added an Eagle Scout here, which doesn't make much sense without any upgrades against archers. Eagles are good against archers, but that mainly goes for Eagle Warriors and Elite Eagle Warriors, not Eagle Scouts. And especially not without upgrades here. Mongol's going to the Castle Age now. Pera is going to the Castle Age and has 1 scout left here. It's going to beat the others comfortably to the next age here. He's getting stone for the Mangadai, not yet, or for the castles rather. Surprisingly little damage done for Bruce Xavier here though. Was scared away by the skirmishers, and rightfully so. Now there are 7 skirmishers total for Irvin RS, and this is a fight that Bruce Xavier can take. He has the height advantage, and he has the iron numbers advantage, but still is fighting the counter unit here and should probably be careful. Careful not to waste units here. 40 villagers now for Bruce Xavier. And pretty decent amount of farms behind this. Only missing food and gold now to go up, unless he's already queued the Castle Age here. Doesn't look like it. Oh, but there's doubling here in the south side with Goku and VS Ratori here. They think they managed to break through, but that's a woodline behind there blocking the entry, and besides there's a preemptive tower on the gold here from the PL, so that's a good defensive measure as well. Again, lots of skirmishers on the field to hold off Archer's fire. Doesn't make all that much sense in team games where there will be pocket players with cavalry play. Okay, they're pulling back here, which would make sense if Goku was on the way to the Castle Age. And let's see here. Nicola PL is actually on the way up, but Shikari, they can't know this. So I think they could keep the pressure going. If the skirmishers are going out on the field, that's an easy match for Yellow's scouts to clean up. Good pressure now. Men-at-Arms added from Bruce Xavier here all of a sudden. 4 Men-at-Arms together with the archers here. Interesting play. It seems to be working. It's easier to break through the walls. Men-at-Arms, of course, can deal with the skirmishers here. They can't go too close to the TC, obviously. But now look at the army numbers here of Irvin RS. Only 2 skirmishers left by the looks of it, or is it 4 and 5? Outnumbered vastly by the Britons here, 16 archers and 3 men-at-arms. Mongols cavalry archers it is, and what's the production like? 2 ranges, consistently producing here for Pera. That's unconventional play from pocket, but it's also a good raiding unit that could run around and hit different spots at once, like the knights, and currently with the kind of pressure going on here in the north side, leaves Pera in a good spot to pressure other places with the mobility of the cavalry archers here. Irvin RS at this rate is about to be taken out of the game here. He's losing villagers left and right here. 29 villagers. No sign of a Castle Age. This isn't looking too pretty for the Mayans player here. Scouts, cav archers, yeah, Brits need to back off now until crossbows can kick in here, so I think Bruce Xavier needs to pull out here now, not try to fight the cavalry archers, that's not gonna end well. There are scouts from behind, of course, and Urban is still idling a lot here, so it's potentially worthwhile engagement, but these archers, they need to back off, they need to get the hell out of there until Castration Crossbow can kick in, otherwise the Mongols cavalry archers will shred this and diminish the numbers significantly from Bruce Xavier here. If Crossbow and Bot can get in, that's a different story. I like actually the armor idea there as well, to delay Bodkin. Well, Bodkin is on the way as well, but you could actually, since Britons get that +1 range instantly in the cast stage, you could consider delaying Bodkin in favor of extra armor when you're up against cav archers like this. So that was actually a good call. Bruce Xavier isn't messing around here, adding 2 more forward ranges here. And with Bodkin in, the damage output will be increased as well, and a good fight for the red player here, I think. I feel like they're spending a little bit too much time on the flank now. It's Irvin RS is down to 23 villagers. Yes, he will reach the cast stage, but with what economy to use? Doesn't really have any resources to use here. I think it's time for Bruce Xavier and his yellow friend in the pocket to move on to the opposing pocket and try and find a way to break through and deal damage to Pera here. Eagle Scouts are out, that shouldn't matter too much for Bruce Xavier here. It would be better just to focus on the cavalry archers, if possible. I think it's still good a good fight for Shikari A here. Cavalry archers numbers diminishing here. Only 6 cavalry archers left for Pera here, and they are staying here in this very field. There are 3 ranges working by the looks of it though, or 3 cavalry archers in queue at least. But Mongols pocket definitely struggling for numbers now. And there's some action on the south side here as well, where Goku is forward with the crossbows here, and Siege to push, almost hitting his own crossbows in the mix here. Tiny bit of a pocket knights here as well, so that's a good call. The knights definitely should focus the elite skirms here and to get up on the hill with these crossbows for Goku. Oh, it's a big hit from Nicola PL there. And not enough knights from the yellow pocket to deal with all the skirms either, I believe. Should try and snipe the monk now, so no conversions happen, but it's going to be a conversion as well. A bit of a Titanic moment here for Shikari on the south side here. Losing Yellow's knights here, and now Goku will probably lose the crossbow numbers advantage as well, given that there are knights and the elite skirms pushing here, not to mention the siege. And the Mangonel that got a juicy hit in on the crossbows here as well. North side, though, Bruce Xavier really wants Irvin RS completely out of the game. He has some kind of personal vendetta against Mayans here. Production capabilities going down, and yeah, not much eco to work with here for the teal player. This castle, I think it will even range the town center here, rendering all the farm eco around here useless. Again, I think it's time for Bruce Xavier and VS Ratora to move on to the pocket and make sure that Pera isn't getting the pre-boom here. There's some decent pressure on Nicola Piel as well, of course. With Goku doing work here mainly alone with Mangonel and crossbow push here. So I think Shikari A has this game in the pocket. Yeah, there's 4 times the military for Shikari here. They have a 40 villager lead total as well. $1,000 point score lead at the 33rd minute here for Shikari A. Knights chasing away as well. How are the upgrades? They are similar here. Actually, just one defense for Pera, so no, for Nicola. LPL, that doesn't really matter here. Wasn't Mongol Knights? I saw some green knights here, may be messing up the colors. Anyway, the GG is called. The Irvin RS did get crippled quite early here by Shikari, and that also leaves time for Goku to pressure the other side because Pera constantly needs to be in the north side here. I think Pera was a little bit too stubborn on the cavalry archer choice as well. With a switch into camels, you'd force a reaction from VS Ratori here to add Berber's camels as well. And you'd also have arguably better option to deal with the archers push on the south side if you're doubling up on the knights for the Mongols. Could go Mongols knights here as well. There is always going to be the issue of matching Berber's production with their cheaper units though, so easier said than done. Let's have a look at the stats. Bruce Xavier doing work here. Seems solid Britain's player. An economy situation, we'll see in the society score in the end what the builder situation was overall here. Technology shows smooth uptime there for the Magyars, just below 10 minutes. And 2 players going scouts, that's both has ups and downs, but as long as the map is open and you can get some damage in, I'm not opposed to the scouts investment, even from flank. Alright, let's see if we can find the next game between these two as well. We'll disconnect and capture HQ here of the Olympics. So Crveni Mundiri's home map is what we're gonna do next. That's gonna be high also, okay. And here we go. Bit of catching up on the start here, but there is 30 seconds in. It's hideout, which I believe isn't in the map pool. But let me just double check that. Nope. Alright, so they're playing on Hideout, which is not in the map pool this season, but I believe I saw a discussion about the situation and that they have it sorted. They'll just leave it at that and double check the pool before the next games. But nevertheless, it is Hideout, not supposed to be in the map pool this season. It was in the map pool for Season 2, so maybe the confusion is there. Not sure why it's lagging for me like that, but let's go to introducing the civs again here. And for some reason we have to fix the scoreboard here again. Hope this was correct. Shikari. think this was correct. And then Shikari is up 1 game here. Alright, so hideout it is. We'll have a look at this. It's VS Vettori here in the pocket position with the Chinese pocket. Chinese have knights and camels. They could easily go FC knights if need be. They have access to true canoes from the castles as well, and more than decent siege. So we'll see what it considers. Chinese, ironically enough, not getting chemistry though. But we'll see what they bring to the field here. For the right-hand side, we have Goku here with the Koreans. Wouldn't be too surprised to see Men-at-Arms towers here on the side. He's up against Aztecs, but we'll see. Koreans obviously have strong archers as well, and their unique unit, the War Wagon, is a beast against archer plays, among other things. It's a really expensive unit to mass and to get to though, so it's not like it's the first thing you go for. On the left hand side we have Saracens, another classic hideout sib. Saracens archers have a bonus against buildings. So, with that bonus you would more easily tear through the palisade gates or walls of hideout. So you could actually justify going Feudal Age archers with Saracens on hideout, because you'll be able to break through the walls and deal some significant damage. But fast castle crossbows might be just as well, and Saracens, if need be, have the strongest Castle Age camels in the game as well. Now, as for the other team, let's have a look here from the pocket for Crveni. We gotta fix that. Crveni Mundiri with the Franks pocket. Best pocket team in the game, potentially. Very solid cavalry play, some of the strongest paladins in the game. On the right hand side we have Aztecs, as mentioned before. Aztecs with the option of Eagle Warriors, very strong infantry as well, with Garland Wars, their unique technology, giving their infantry units extra attack. And Atlatl Skirmishers as another unique technology that could come in handy against archers play. Getting Loom on hideout, not that normal to do, because you have these walls to rely on. You're not going to be subject to lots of Feudal Age and Dark Age aggression, but it's also a means to keep the DC producing if you're struggling a bit for food, so better to get it than to keep the DC useless. Could also be a sign that they want to send builders forward to tower. But Aztecs could also go Men-at-Arms towers, but I'm suspecting more like Eagle play and maybe crossbows here. Finally, for the left-hand side of Crveni Mundiri here is Saracens for Nicola PL as well. Saracens versus Saracens on this side. So, yeah, we'll see how that turns out for them. They will both likely be going for the archers and try and deal some early damage. There is, of course, always the option of walling off the side on at least one side on hideouts as well to force the aggression to happen on the other side, but I don't see any signs of that happening just yet. Oh, I think you have had a scouts fight on the other side, or are they just flaring enemy location maybe? Let's see here for yellow and for red. So houses going up here, so Erwin RS is a tiny bit worried here that the Koreans might be after some shenanigans here. You can see the range going up, so straight archers then for Goku here, but I mean, why not? Koreans archers, they get that armor instantly, so they're already stronger than the generic archers. And Erwin RS might find himself subject to some early pressure here. We'll see our response to this. There's wood enough for a range once Field Age kicks in, so Skirmisher defense could be an option here for the Aztecs player. It's also going up at 24 population here, or 24 villagers rather, so I'm not sure what the plan is here, if it's a straight fast castle style approach here. There's too little to justify that though. Two ranges. Goku is not joking around here, and I think Irvin is trying for the straight castle age here. So dropping the blacksmith market and sensing no danger whatsoever here from the opposing team. Blackbuck with the double ranges approach as well, producing out of both of them. But Nicolas PL is going to respond in the same manner here, also dropping two ranges. However, it's a bit slower to the actual production here. He is, however, going to the castle age here. He has probably been using the Saracens market here to buy a smoother castle age here. And Blackbuck, on the other hand, doesn't have a market, so he's going to find himself in a pickle here against the opponent. With his picket going for scouts as well on hideouts. Not the most common play, given the palisade walls, the ultimate counter to scouts play. There's a little bit of slinging going on here, but is it intentional? No, there's a stable going up for the Franks here. And Pera should be going up to the next stage soon enough as well. Yeah, definitely has the resources for it, just needs... Doesn't even need the second building, it's just kick up here. This is the resources. Pera, click! There we go, that got it. Scouts not accomplishing much, and there's the castle age from Nicolas PL. Good reaction of Blackbuck there, just to pull the units back home. He's dropping a market to adjust the eco to maybe click the castle age himself here as well. But for now, it's beginning to look decent for Crveni Mundiri here, with the lead to the castle age from all of the players here, before Shikari have even started their transition to the next stage here. Okay, so this is definitely the window opportunity for Crveni Mundiri here to deal some serious damage. They have the castle age, the opponents don't. Blackbuck is going up though, but with what kind of economy behind this is the Saracens, and use the market to buy the up here. The beauty of Saracens, of course, you could keep production going simply by market abuse, but here's another Saracens player going with Siege and Crossbow Sword. Hello, Venchababa. It seems we have your A-team on the agenda. A-team in the division below. There's a castle age for Pera. He is the Franks, and will be providing the knights. You see one stable producing for now, but the second stable is going up as well. 3 stables, in fact, which is ambitious to say the least, with only 5 on gold. You need 6 on gold to sustain just 1 stable constantly producing, so it's going to boost the numbers short term, obviously, but then until you can get the eco going, yeah, stables are going to get useless at some point. Oh, there's some action going on over here. First game casted, I casted Division 1 first, and I casted the game before this one. And this map isn't even in the map pool, so shame on whoever picked this home map. But I know they've resolved the situation, so it's fine. It's fine. Eagle Scouts doing decent here, but no more than decent. These are Koreans archers, so they have a little bit of extra armor. I guess it's one of Urban Norris's better choices here. as the Eagles have some mobility, could be put to use elsewhere as well. Pera with the Spearman here. Probably a reaction to Yellow's scouts on the field here. But the crisis has been averted for now. The Koreans' units chased away, and the whole right-hand side here is now been walled off by Shikari, so they don't want it. No, it's not actually. Goku! What is this? I take blame for not checking the map. Yeah, it's a new map pool since previous season, so it's probably confusing for some. Didn't know it was that open, huh? Yeah, it's just a free passage for Crveni Mundiri on the right hand side there still. And they're all the palisades though, so you break through. If you really want to, you break through there easily. But for now, it's some good pressure from Crveni Mundiri on the left hand side here. Although Black Book's production capabilities are going down there, the range goes down to. Oh, come on! It's 23 HP. There we go. Ah, okay. Yeah, see, didn't check the map pool before starting. Yeah, it happens. Look at the power tires of the archers though, even though they've been kind of nerfed, they still seem strong against buildings here. And even the siege workshop will go down before it can make itself useful here, and Black Book is taking a serious beating here from Nicola PL. On the right hand side, some Eagle warriors moving out now for Irvin RS. They should easily shoot through this palisade. I think they are lacking attack upgrades, but still shouldn't matter too much. These are just became crossbows, but +2 defense for the Eagles should still have them handle quite a bit here. Okay, so Irvin is going to wait for a little bit more numbers here. At least he has the counter unit, so maybe Goku here, as the Koreans, needs to think about an alternative unit here. Or rely on pocket help with the knights, of course, but let's see the knights count here. Yeah, Pera with the early castlate has far more knights than Shikari's team here. 15 to... Wait, is that the actual army count? Or yeah, anyway. 15 to 12 knights, unless this is just production queue here. Yeah, 15 to 3 knights, actually, that's the number of knights. That's the production number of there, so... like I said, with only 6 on gold, you can't keep the stables consistently producing, and if you can't keep them building consistently producing, you'd rather want to spend that wood elsewhere until you can keep constant production. So if you'd left that one stable here being Pera, you'd have 3 more farms instead, and you could go into 2 or 3 stables later. Alternatively, you go to more to gold, and I don't remember, I think it's 6 or 7 on food as well. For knights, 6 on food, 6 on gold or something, so... Yeah, eco situation could be better for knights here. That's a good 2v1 situation in the north here. Pera with the 11 knights here and Saracen's crossbows now going to put the yellow pocket under serious pressure here. Meanwhile, on the right hand side, Goku is pushing with the Koreans' crossbows here. And if you want to break in, if you go straight to Palisade Gate, that's the one that crumbles the most easily because it doesn't have any armor or anything like the houses do. I see the siege workshop forward. Personally, I would actually advocate for scorpions here to add with the crossbows forward, because with the scorpions you could hit through groups of eagles here, weaken them, so the crossbows can more easily deal the eagles. The Magnum is slow, and you really have to rely on hitting with the first and best shot to weaken the numbers instead of shooting through them and weakening more at the same time. But let's see, maybe a good hit here. Or not. No ballistics here for Goku, so the archers are less accurate on moving targets, but they seem to have some good results here still. 25 to 9 KD, but let's look at the north side here with the knights and crossbows and mangonels pushing here now, and now taking yellow out of the game as well. As it's not looking bright for Shikari here. Yeah, so it's 78 military to 42 here, and VS Rathore is forced to go on the run here. The old base of Black Book is more or less up for grabs here. I mean, Nicola PL could drop a town center here now and steal all these farms and just reclaim this this area for himself. Oh, but Pera's Knights kind of out of position. Show Cyan, man. What's going on? Yikes. Alright, so Irvin RS has been taking a beating here as well. We'll have to say that, 21 to 65. Did get a defensive castle up, but is down to 20 builders. So that's not too pretty, of course. But if you look at the overall builder counter, it's equal with teams, but Crveni Mundiri, massive military lead overall. Anyway, even if Teal isn't providing too much here. Pera still with the nice numbers advantage over the Chinese yellow pocket here. And what's left of the Chinese here at all? Some Monk's defense from Black Book here. I guess that's a good way of spending excess gold. Black Book at 20 villagers. Beatrathora at 25. Irvin RS at 24. And Nicola PL also at only at 31 villagers though. So he's heavily relying on the Saracens market with his one TC play here. Huh. Alright, so if Goku can take Urban RS out of the game here, then it makes for some hope for Shikari here after all. But it's 2 players down on one team though. It's mainly just Urban RS who is more or less... No, not Urban RS, but Goku that's untouched here. And unless he can stonewall this whole section in time, going to find himself subject to big raids and attacks from blue and green here. Look at this sneaky yellow dude here, taking the gold of his teammate here, gold and woodline. Hey, Papaya Pete, thanks for the follow. Bad strat by us, I guess. Were you the one going feudal aggression, Black Book? It's not necessarily bad, but I think with scouts from Chinese in pocket, that usually doesn't make sense on hideout. Feudal archers with Saracens is fine. You need to break through and deal damage, but that's more of a means for you to buy time for your pocket to free up and get the eco going and coming back with knights sooner. Next game is even more fun. Yeah, I already casted that one. That was the first game I casted. Well, that's a 1-1, isn't it? So, well played to both teams. Blue was Walden FC. Yes, indeed, he did. I made smart use of the Saracen market there to get a quick and smooth cast leech. People will always be walled on hideout though, but Saracens, even feudal age archers, can break through the barriers easily. So let's see for the economy here. Goku with the superior economy here behind all this. The only player not really touched at home. Era following nicely behind with the 4TC boom-ish in the end. And Nicole Appeal with a pretty smooth cast age time here, I'll have to say that. Sub 15 minutes to the crossbows to fight back the other Saracen player before they even had a chance to get to crossbows. And finally, Pero with a fairly uninterrupted boom in the pocket had the villager high in the end. GG, though.